Hello and welcome to our Vancouver release videos. This one is for IT operations management and more specifically for our service graph connector for OpenTelemetry now. My name's Kyle Steffen and I'm a senior solution consultant here at ServiceNow, focusing on all things IT operations management, or ITOM for short. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and look into our service graph connector for OpenTelemetry, which was created to help bridge that gap into cloud native architecture. And this is really more focused around cloud engineering roles, system admins, if you're a discovery admin, or even a DevOps site reliability engineer. This is going to help make your life that much easier. And a quick safe harbor notice: this presentation may contain forward-looking statements that reflect the current beliefs of ServiceNow and are based on current information available. And lastly, these forward-looking statements should not be relied upon in making purchasing decisions. And now, what's new in the Vancouver release? Specifically around IT operations management, we've redesigned the AIOps user experience, we've given enhanced visibility into user experiences, and what we'll be drilling into today is our service graph connector for OpenTelemetry. But important to note, we have additional recordings and videos that dive deeper into each of the first two bullet points there if you're looking to find out more about those. Now, the service graph connector for OpenTelemetry. We'll look at the slide real quick and then we'll hop into a quick demo in the demo instance to see exactly how you can get yourself started with it. But ultimately, as organizations transition into cloud native architectures and grant greater autonomy to their DevOps teams, they face the significant challenge of maintaining the effective visibility and governance across their hybrid estates. So traditional methods of populating the CMDB often prove inadequate due to cloud-native environments having intricate connections between the microservices and the resources that require accurate representation within the CMDB. And additionally, frequent changes in Kubernetes environments pose difficulties in keeping that CMDB up to date, and so addressing these challenges is of paramount importance for businesses to operate successfully in the cloud, while at the same time fully capitalizing on advantages of the ServiceNow platform. So now let's talk more about the why we created it. The Service Graph Connector for OpenTelemetry allows organizations to align inventory, incident management, and streamline CI pipeline changes between the IT and the application development teams, which in turn enhances efficiency, fosters collaboration, and mitigates the risks for your teams. And in addition, a clear real-time view of OpenTelemetry empowers organizations to release code more quickly and smoothly, resulting in fewer system outages, and it offers a rapid path to implementing inferior, flexible, and efficient cloud-native architecture. So now we've talked more about the why we created it and where your team's going to find value out of it. It's important to note what it consists of, because the Service Graph Connector is a pretty comprehensive solution, and really what it's capable of is being able to seamlessly discover those cloud-native applications and Kubernetes objects and integrate them into this configuration management database, or that CMDB. And so this tool, it'll go even further by establishing those relationships and generating service maps from the inferred services as well. And lastly, it's pretty important to note as well the various types of data that we're going to be able to pull in from OpenTelemetry. So we're going to be able to pull in application services that are instrumented within OpenTelemetry, service relationships that are derived from application transaction data, and Kubernetes services and objects, including clusters, namespaces, workloads, and nodes, and with plans to even take that a step further in the future and support pods and containers. So moreover, the Service Graph Connector for OpenTelemetry excels in automatically identifying relationships between application services and the underlying infrastructure that they rely on. So this is heightened visibility that's going to drastically reduce your mean time to resolution and enable more precise change impact analysis as well. And it simplifies the understanding of how cloud-native services map to the Kubernetes infrastructure that support them. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into demo and see what this looks like within the instance and show you how you can get kickstarted with the Service Graph Connector. So jumping in here, this is our Applications Manager. It's our new redesigned plugin page from within the instance. And within here, you're able to go and just search for OpenTelemetry and see that we have one installed already. We can jump into this application, and it gives you an overview of what this Service Graph Connector consists of, show you the updates with the newest version details, system requirements, any key features within here. And then from here, you can go ahead and automatically install it As you see, I installed it already, but it'll be a one-click install button from within here to help get you kick-started. And then once you've done this and you've got the plugin installed, you can jump into the filter navigator and pull up OpenTelemetry and see that we have the setup here for it: data sources, import schedules, inferred services. And if you just jump into setup, it'll take you to one of our guided setups. And we have these for all of our Service Graph connectors across the platform. And in addition, we have them for key products within ServiceNow. So things like IT operations management, there's a guided setup for that, and other products within ServiceNow. But as you jump in here, it'll walk you through the step-by-step process needed to go about configuring the OpenTelemetry Service Graph connector to get you connected to your instance and start to pull that data in. So from within here, you can go ahead and get started. It'll walk you through setting up OpenTelemetry, setting up your organization, setting up the API key. And from within here, as you go about doing these, you can mark them as complete. And if you jump into the configure button here, it'll go ahead and streamline the process of the entire setup so that you can get this connection to OpenTelemetry set up much quicker than going in and doing this manually. So I highly recommend leveraging the guided setup for OpenTelemetry. Again, once you have that plugin installed, you can leverage this to go about setting it up, and then you can start to configure that scheduled job as you see on the bottom here, and then the data will start to flow in, and then you can start to manage it all within the CMDB. And the last thing to note here before we wrap up is a couple of these key asterisks here. So for fully licensed customers, Service Graph Connector is going to offer unmatched value when it's used to ingest ServiceNow Cloud observability alerts through event management. And this connector seamlessly correlates these alerts with discovered configuration items and constructs those topology maps that span both cloud and traditional environments, given that many organizations operate complex hybrid setups. So understanding how their cloud-native applications interact with traditional services and databases is crucial. So noting here, to get the full capabilities out of the Service Graph connector, to get that third bullet point there of helping predict and prevent outages, assessing performance, addressing alerts from cloud-native traces, logs, and metrics, you'll need to be entitled to Cloud Observability License. But just to get that initial setup going in the Service Graph connector, to pull it in and give you that visibility, all you'll need is the Discovery license within IT Operations Management. So that wraps up today's introduction to our Service Graph connector for OpenTelemetry. Again, my name's Kyle Steff, and if there's any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to your account executives and see where we can get you started to get access to the Service Graph connector and help make a difference within your organization. Thank you again.